all right, take her also to Udwara. Take her also to Udwara. My mother looked at Baba. Again she felt, now this girl is to get married. What is Udwara going to do to,
Yeah.
It's a religious place, and it's a very different kind of place. There are very poor people who stay there, or residents, but they're on the very poor side, because they, how to say, people coming from out, somehow they make little bit of money there. What all they do anyway, they do their living somewhere. Anyway, my mother again was puzzled. What is Udwara going to do now to the girl to get married? That thought came in her mind, but she put that thought behind us. No, never mind. What Baba says goes always. I must obey Baba. So her love and faith in Baba made her say, yes, Baba, I will take her to Udwara, just as you want me to. Baba said, all right. And then looked around here, and then my mother saw that now nearly everybody had left and all that, so they also got up to leave, and they left. And when they came home, my mother told us girls, me and my sister, to pack. We are going to Udwara. Oh, I and my sister were very happy because we hadn't had a nice, journey in the train for a long, long time. So we were very happy. Just schooling and in the house and learning lessons was not very interesting. So now to travel to Udwara was very nice. Why? Because Udwara is a nice place. It is seaside. It is seaside, and the town, there is a, what would you call it, fire temple. Very big fire temple, the biggest fire temple in India for the Zoroastrians is Udwara, like a pilgrimage, So Zoroastrians, once in a while, they must do this pilgrimage, and so they go to the fire temple. So my mother also, but my mother, what she didn't know, she asked this Parsi lady, wouldn't she like to come to Udwara with her, and we'll be a nice party together, we'll all go together to Udwara. For so long time we haven't done this pilgrimage, My mother couldn't tell her about Baba, because in those days, Zoroastrians were not following Baba, they wouldn't understand. My mother knew it. So she just told her to come with her to Udwara. The young woman was very happy about it. Oh, yes, I would love to. And so we all went to Udwara, And when we went to Udwara, you have to first pray in the fire temple, which is, you must do that, So we went to the fire temple and all that. And after the fire temple, it's real fun, you're in the seaside, gathering shells or making sand castles, and we children were enjoying ourselves and all that. And you have very good things to eat, everything, fish, Anyway, we were there been there for 4 or 5 days. But when we went there, on the second day, I'm talking about the second day, the very second day, my mother saw that my sister was feeling quite well. And she was eating well. She was not being depressed at all. She was just her normal self, and was, what would you say, had good appetite, and she was eating, and healthy young girl, My mother saw this, and she was very happy about it. And anyway, we stayed there about 4 or 5 days. We came away, and then we came to Pune. When we came to Pune, a few days, maybe, I don't know how many days. I was very young that time. So let me see. My mother started thinking that now my sister got well. Now what about that young woman who has to get married? Now how will that come about? My mother was worried about her. What can she do about it? But it has to come about. How will it come? When she was young and robust, she didn't have an offer of marriage, and now when she's nearing 40, who's going to marry her, you see? So my mother found it was quite impossible for her to get married. So she waited and all that. But what do you think? The duration of the time, I don't know, maybe 1.5 months or 2 months or something like that. She heard that this girl had an offer of marriage. At her age, when she was actually nearly 40 she was, and she got an offer of marriage. My mother, and then she was married. My mother was so happy about it, and from that day, she what would you call it? More faith and love for Baba. My mother had that. What she, what Baba said, she did what Baba told her to do, and because obeying Baba, what do you say? Her wishes were granted. You say yes. And when this girl was happily married, and all, my mother was very happy. By that time, then Baba's telegram had come. It was some time after that, 6 months. I don't know the duration time. I don't remember. Anyway, my mother had, when she was alone with Baba, Baba used to come back and forth to Pune, go around India, and then in Pune for 2 days. So when he came, a word was sent to us that Baba is in Pune. Would you like to come and have darshan? Somebody gave us this message. I don't know who it was. My mother would always go, and I used to be with my mother also. And then, so she would want to talk privately with Baba. Those days, Baba didn't mind anybody talking to him privately. So in that time, must be that time only, that she had asked Baba to that she wanted to stay with him and to serve him, because she knew now that to serve a perfect master was the real thing, and she would like to do that. So, but Baba said, "But how can you serve me? Because I'm not staying in one place. I'm going around touring, and I have not made Meherabad my permanent headquarters. I have not, yes, my permanent stay there. But when I do stay there and open a woman's ashram, which I have not done as yet, not thought of, I will call you. I will call you means I will call you first." In that way, Baba meant it and said, "I will call you." And so when we were in Pune, Baba had come to Meherabad, and we were in Pune. Baba sent a telegram saying, "Come as soon as possible and bring one trunk of clothes that will last you for a year, clothes for a year, and a bedding, nothing else." And so we got this. We were very happy, and my sister was married, so we got packing and very excited about it. We got all our new clothes out of the cupboard, and we started packing the trunk and so on. Anyway, we got packed in 2 days, and what did we? The whole house, everything was there. Even valuable things were there also. There was a safe and everything. Whatever there was, my mother just put a big padlock on the door, and she said, "We leave everything in charge of Baba, in Baba's charge. He'll know what to do." And there were the 2 horses in the stable, one carriage horse, one was a riding horse, and the groom was there, the other servant. My mother said, "We don't tell them anything, because if we tell them, then it'll be what do you call it? It'll take time. It'll be a business to sell the horses or do this, that." My mother was not what would you say? Not able to do. She couldn't do it. She just wanted to go to Baba, leave everything. So we put a padlock on the door, and we just left as if we are going to another country like that, Yes. So we came to Meherabad, and there we stayed with Baba. But our 2 rooms. Baba's old aunt was there. Myself and mother. One room. There was another room also, but this one room we stayed, and we cooked for Baba and the Mandali in Meherabad. We came to Meherabad and stayed there for maybe about 20 days or 15 days. That time, actually, I don't remember, but short time. And I used to bring in the firewood and feel very proud. I'm doing this, and I'm also being useful and all that. And from school, you didn't know not much about cooking and all that, and so on. But I used to take the cooking, the vessels that are empty, the cooking vessels, after they're empty, then you have to scrape them and wash them. So there was no running water. There was a big tub with a tap. So I would be near the tub scraping and trying to wash and all that. And that was after staying there for some days. Baba was in seclusion in that little room. Do you know? Under the tree, there's a little room where the table is. There's a small room. Don't I remember? It has a parapet all 4 sides. There's Baba's room. Down the hill. Jhopri, they call it Jhopri, but it was called Agra Koti very first. We asked the name, it was called Agra Koti, but now they call it Jhopri, but never mind. What I want to say, Baba was in seclusion there. And our rooms were like this, such a way that from Baba's little room, cabin, Baba was in seclusion for some days, even that time. From that time I've seen Baba being in seclusion and fast. So Baba was there, a bit far like that, and our room was like that, We could, when we came out, we could see Baba's room and Baba's door in it. So when Baba had finished doing his work, seclusion work, universal work, he must have been, he did not step out of the room. It was a tiny room, and Baba did not step out of the room. Only thing that Baba was talking. That time Baba was not in seclusion, what do you call it? Silence. Baba was not on silence. I was cleaning the pots and pans and all that, and then only one Mandali was allowed to come to our women's quarters and ask if any help, if we want any help or anything. Most especially had to bring water from the well, draw water from the well and fill our tub, which had a tap to it. And so and this was outside. It was outside in the field like this, outside the house. And he was filling this tap. You have bamboo here, and then 2 containers of big tin boxes, the kerosene boxes which have, which fill. Each box carries 1.5 pail, 1.5 mean 3 pails at a time. He brings on his shoulder, so he was doing that, and I was washing my dishes. Then he emptied both the boxes, and he stood there and he talked to me, and he said, "Do you know how fortunate you are? Do you know about Mehera Baba? You know who he is?" I said, "Yes, he's Prophet Master." "Yes, Prophet Master." And he told me many things about Baba and their life in Manzil and Neem and other things. Very interesting. He was telling me. And I was listening, and then the talk finished, and he again took his, tin boxes, and went away and brought more water and all. But Baba had seen from there that he was talking to me, for it took quite some 5 or 8 minutes or 10 minutes to talk. So Baba's seclusion work had finished, and he must have been inside the door, but from there he must have seen me talk to him. So when Baba's seclusion was over, 2 days, because sometimes 7 days, 5 days, like that seclusion. So this 5 days were over, and when Baba came out and he went to the Mandali's quarters, that was far away. Baba stayed with the Mandali, the other side, and we women this side of the road. And then Baba came from the Mandali, then he came walking fast. So I saw him. He had this Kamli coat, this black coat, Kamli coat that is in the museum. He had that coat on, his hair open like this, and sajra flowing in the breeze like that. And he was walking fast. He was so beautiful. He's very slim. His skin, Baba's skin was very fair. Fair means on the fair side, Baba was. It's like your skin. Baba's on the fair side. And so, brown hair, all flying in the breeze, and sajra, and walking fast, he crossed the road and came over. And I'm looking, Baba's coming. I told her, this Baba's coming. I looked at Baba, and it was so beautiful. Baba came inside the house, and then he asked my mother and told about the cooking, that they wanted a bit earlier, it comes a bit late, and something you had to talk. So he talked with with his aunt, my mother. He talked. And then he turned around and looked at me and said, when working outside, cleaning the vessels, this Mandali's name is, in those days, his name is Nervous. He is not living now, but he was a very young person, and he loved Baba very, very much, so dearly, very much he loved Baba. So Baba asked me, what was Nervous talking to you yesterday about that, I got very surprised. When did Baba see me talking to me? So, but I tried to remember what was it. And I remembered, I said, Baba, he was telling me about you and about his life with you, and Manzil and Neem, and who you were, and how you had gone to Baba Jan, and how Baba Jan had kissed you, and all these things that I don't know. And he told very interesting thing. Oh, he talked about me? Yes, Baba. Baba smiled and he didn't say anything. Then Baba again went back, to the Mandi's quarters, the other side of the road. We were on this side of the road.